Now we're going to turn our attention to image support within Drupal, beginning with a discussion on just what is included within the core of Drupal and some of the things that we're adding to it through the use of additional modules. Then we're going to look at what those options were for images that were installed when Drupal was, and how you can modify those if you so wish. Next, we're going to move on to the IMCE module. We're going to be talking actually quite a bit there about profiles that are set up for users in roles that are connected strictly to IMCE so that we can set up who can use it. Because keep in mind, one of the stipulation was in our requirements that only members can make use of this, and what sort of limitations we want to set on them. And definitely set it so the editor role can get in there and remove any undesirable pictures if someone should do that. For those of you that have used Drupal 6 and the image cache module, I'm sure you're pleased to know that that is now part of the core of Drupal 7. This means that when you want to set up controls involving scaling or cropping of images that are uploaded through fields, you're going to do all that right there within the core of Drupal 7. IMCE, as I sort of hinted earlier, is intended to work hand in glove with your rich text editors. It is to ensure that the proper coding for those images, normally found on the local server, are set up and provided in the content. Its strength is all of its high degree of control over what roles can do what. For those of you that may be considering allowing people to use images stored elsewhere, there is the media module, which we will be covering in a later video, because it is intended not to just work with local files, but also external services. Again, you can set who can use that, and so forth. If you want to know where the presets that were created by Drupal on install, you go to Configuration, and then down to the Media section, and under Image Styles. These are the ones that were created upon install of Drupal. Let me open the one for thumbnail just so you can see what it looks like. Note this is already warning me that it is already in use, so I need to override if I want whatever changes I would be making to apply to anything else I've done involving this previously. The rule being applied in this case is that whatever size image is being uploaded, a duplicate of it in the 100 by 75 pixel size will be added. If you should want to change those rules, you click on the Override Defaults button, and this tells me now I can get to that first rule and either edit it or add another effect, and then click on Update the Style when you're done. Now we're going to open up the IMCE settings, which again is under Configuration, and then Media. Now this is a little confusing on first view. Up here are two sample profiles that are first provided for you on the install of IMCE. Down here is where you assign what roles get what profile. So the ones that are set up for us under the user 1, those are intended for managers of the site, those that have the editorial privileges. So let's first of all assign that as is to the user 1, and we're going to give that again a very low weight so that they will get that profile automatically. Now I want to clone the sample profile provided, and I'm going to import the settings from that sample profile. Alright, here's where you would set up what is the largest file, the size that they could upload. Now under the directory quota, this is how much space each person is allowed for their images on the server. I would not get too generous with that, even if you have unlimited space on your hosting account. But a setting of 5 megabytes should be more than enough, particularly if those people go through and they periodically clean up old images they're no longer using within content and so forth. I will leave that at 0. I'm not going to make any changes in the permitted file extensions. I'm actually going to set this to 0 because what I'm going to be encouraging users of this site is to automatically create a thumbnail image and have it linked to the original file, just similar as we did with those forum posts. And I'm going to allow them to only upload 1 file per operation. Now under directory path, keep in mind this is going to be going under your site's default files setting. So I'm going to have them go under that user images so that then I know that anything stored under that folder will be connected to user account. I am going to give them the option to delete files and to resize them if they should so choose. I'm not going to go ahead and create any sort of subdirectories for them because I don't want to encourage them again to have too many files there on I'm going to leave that alone and then just click Save. Now it has saved it, so I go back to IMCE, and you see now I have my new profile that I just created. With that new profile created, now I need to assign it to both the member and officer roles. And I will also add the user 1 profile to the administrator and adjust the weights accordingly. That's pretty much it for our configuration of IMCE for now. We'll get into this more when we talk about the install and use of the rich text editor. Thanks for watching.